Welcome to TommyTruthful.com, the #1 censored podcast on the internet. Today, I'm here with a special guest. This is Truth Mafia Podcast, episode 34.
March 2023, a group of researchers formed the Truth Mafia, a collective determined to investigate conspiracies and occult mysteries that have been buried for centuries. With a passion for uncovering the truth, they delve into the darkest corners of history, pop culture, and ancient mysteries, seeking answers to questions that have plagued humanity for ages. The Truth Mafia is led by Tommy Truthful, a man shrouded in mystery and intrigue, dedicated to uncovering the hidden truths behind some of the world's most perplexing and enigmatic phenomena. Their research has led them down countless rabbit holes, from deciphering ancient symbols to exploring the hidden meanings behind popular media and literature. Despite the risks and challenges they face, the Truth Mafia remains steadfast in their quest for knowledge. Will their investigations lead to groundbreaking revelations, or will they unravel an even deeper web of secrets and lies? Only time will tell in this ongoing saga of conspiracy and intrigue.
So I'm here with my concierge in the Truth Mafia, my brother Ani. What's up, Ani? You're muted.
My bad, man. What's going on with you, brother? It's great to be back.
How you doing, brother? You like the new artwork too? I got that Spartan on there.
Yeah, that's dope. That's fire, bro.
I was talking to Donut. We're gonna start a gaming channel, and Donut wants to decode like the old games, like Nintendo 64, all that stuff, and I'm gonna do all the new stuff, you know. So we'll show the occult connections with the video games. And you were just talking about how a lot of these gamers are going on freaking, sprees right now.
Yeah, they're called RPGers or RP. It's called RPG Ultra. Just like you have MK Ultra, you have RPG Ultra role-playing gamers. And these role-playing gamers are at the forefront of a lot of murders. Matter of fact, that killer from Tennessee, we're not going to say exactly, all the stuff connected with that
address on that 36 parallel.
Yeah, they were a RPGer, and it was just in time for Dungeons and Dragons. The movie just came out, and that's like the thing that set off the whole occult occult agenda behind game systems, and how some of these children be playing these games that don't even know there's a spiritual warfare connected to the subconscious programming in the games, not just video games, but game boards like Dungeons and Dragons. You got Magic Gathering, you had the Yu-Gi-Oh, the Pokemon, all of that era. But I figured out that there's a ufological connection to entities with the bestiaries, that's the beast, like, the monsters are all connected to these passcode, or what they call Gematria control names. There's a book you can get to understand the control names. I have it right here. I've been studying it today. It's called The Secret Rituals of the Men in Black by Alan H. Greenfield. And this book is like real heavy into Freemasonry, the ufological movement, and the connections with Gematria and the whole alien agenda and spirit possession.
Yeah, and like if you're new here, like in the movie The Matrix, there was several people who wake up from the system. They learn how to read this hidden code, the green letters and numbers of the Matrix. This is not just in the movie. That's what our brother Ani's talking about. It goes back to Babylon, Jewish mysticism. I think even back further than that, maybe Mesopotamia and Samaria, they were messing around with the whole number system as well. But what do you think about, because I already think the computers, CERN, the D-Wave, all this is being fed into what we call the ether, this parallel dimension where these archons like Yaldabaoth and his boys are from. I think they're doing that same thing with these games. You know what I'm saying?
They are. And the thing about it is they all move at a certain time when the cosmic bodies above us are aligned. because there is a circuitry of energies that they're trying to capture. Now we understand the word loosh and what they get from the population of the masses. That's loosh. But there is another area of Gnostic energy that's connected that they're trying to get a hold of, because they're trying to make a quantum leap to another dimension. This is a war of dimensionality, Tommy. That's what this is all about. And they're trying to keep us in the cycle of reincarnation.
Right.
But when it comes to the game, this is the game. Being in the physical body, just like, you know, how you used to play like Mortal Kombat, and the thing used to pop up and it says, do you want to play again?
Bro, I was Sub-Zero.
I don't know. I liked a lot of characters.
Sub-Zero, I'm telling you right now, ain't no one beating me with old Sub-Zero. I'm gonna freeze the shit out you. And remember the finishing moves?
Yeah. Remember they used to morph, or the second one, they used to morph into Beast.
Yeah,
that was the second one.
We're gonna decode stuff like that too. It'll be fun.
Yeah, but that game, like at the end when it would say, "Do you want to play again?" That's reincarnation.
Right.
Symbolizing to come back and play. Do you want to come back and play the game again? You know, so in spirituality, we have to understand, because this is a spiritual war, that the ultimate agenda for what you need to do is try to become more adept in your spiritual exercises, so you don't have to come back and play this thing all over again. And that's what we're trying to teach on my channel. Yes, we can decode the information, but if we can't give the public something that they can have a practical thing to, what good are we doing, you know?
Right. Yeah, we got to give them the tools too, how to protect themselves, raise their vibration, something to work towards. Not only learn how to decode it, but how to learn to become better as well. I agree with you, man. That's a beautiful thing. And guys, all Ani's links are down below in the description. You know, check out his YouTube. He finally got he had another bigger YouTube. They took it down. You know, he's like me, he's lost many of them. So he's got a new one up. He put a video up there. It's phenomenal, you know, and the links below. I also pinned Ani's YouTube channel. If you're on YouTube, it's in the comments. So
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, no problem, brother. What we're going to be getting into today is iPet Goat. And this is episode 34. So I had you know me, guys, with the numbers. I do everything by the numbers. And Alien Wars 2027, which equals 340 in primes, matching Earthquake. And there's this video I did on iPet Goat. And what inspired me to do it actually was one of my homegirls on my Telegram. She had shared a video and a post on some of this stuff, and I took it and went deeper down the rabbit hole with it. And what really clicked with me was when she shared about Trump and that evolution, which is written on iPet Goat, if you remember when it first starts. So I'm like, oh my God, and the hangman is literally right there. And Trump is connected to the hangman. Seen it in Time magazine. The whole asphyxiation ritual, we're not going to get too deep into that, but you know, that's also connected to the hangman card. And just go on TommyTruthful.com, type in asphyxiation, and look what I'm talking about. And what is the root of the problem right now with the code red? We're going to say it call it code red. So hopefully you're smart enough to read between the lines. Well, it's a bat, and the bat hangs upside down. And then Batman, remember Batman, where they killed that one dude, Ani, and he was hanging upside down doing the hangman. What was his name? Heath Ledger, right?
Yeah, Heath Ledger. Yeah, the actor.
Oh, they sacrificed his ass and then try to say he killed himself. And then you have you got your boy Georgie right here doing his little Freemasonic dance in the Baphomet Star. Right here, they showed you Trump's right there. You can see his hair, everything. There's Trump. You got the white rabbit back here. Remember all that cute stuff? Follow the white rabbit. And then this year, as they're disclosing a lot about the whole alien and UFO agenda this year in 2023, year of the water rabbit. And Donut does a phenomenal job on Donut Factory's YouTube channel breaking down the connection with the bunny rabbit and aliens. But I don't think the invasion will be this year. I think this year is just disclosure, and the whole invasion shit is going to be 2027. And think about it, Ani, 2027, 20 plus 20, it's what is that, 47, like the 47-degree Masonic compass. And if Trump wins the 2024 election, he'll be the president. That's 3 years into his presidency. And then 225, 2025, 225 in Gematria is the Great Tribulation. So that's 3 years into the, I'm not saying it's the real Great Tribulation, but you know how they like to play out these scripts on the world stage. Yeah. They like playing it out. So also, I already showed you that one. Hold on 1 second. Oh yeah, this too, guys. This was yesterday's article. Uranium found in half of the water, which has that 34 match. Yeah, you see that, bro? Half America's water matching death toll, control, murder, and uranium. That was a trending story yesterday.
We were talking about how those train derailments, every one of them took place near water, and it would be toxic waste dumping in the water.
I said that too, brother. Ask my people. I said, do you notice all the train rituals, which the train rituals are leading up to a thermonuclear ritual, and the whole thermonuclear shit connects with the alien shit? Because, okay, so check this out, Ani. Remember they, a couple years back, 10, maybe 15 years ago, all them UFOs were allegedly showing up at the missile silos and shutting nukes down. Remember? There was all them conspiracies about they were putting that in our subconscious, connecting the alien with the nuclear. So now what's going to happen? World War III, we're going to go into thermonuclear war. It'll probably be a fake nuclear event. I found this new weapon that they can use that is as bad as a nuclear device, but without the radiation. And it sucks the oxygen out of the air. It's some, and that fits in. Yeah, that fits in with the whole asphyxiation ritual as well. So,
that fits in with astrology too, with the element of air, because when Trump was in office, and if he's coming back into office, he's a Gemini, and the element of Mercury and Gemini is air. That's why it was all about attacking air, with the whole thing.
Hashtag I can't breathe. Massive asphyxiation ritual. The 8 nooses in the Amazon warehouses. Amazon is the lungs of the planet. You don't got to be a genius to figure this shit out. But this is all from yesterday. Trending stories. Everything about the Pentagon releasing classified clips of UFOs. And so what I did is went from right here in this video that I'm about to show you. It was the footage from the mission report was 7750816, which adds up to 34, and that was from July 12th of 2022. This is the one they just released. So from that day until this story was trending on April 21st, the Queen's birthday, is 9 months and 9 days, which is a number heavily connected to Jupiter. Right? 99.
99 is Jupiter,
Rapture's 99, God number, most high. And then you have Aliens 2023 is 34, matching sacrifice and ritual. And we, what they're most likely going to do, guys, we've already been tracked, traced, and tagged. They will use some type of direct energy weapon to blast us with and blame it on the aliens. All part of their little population control. And if you remember... I'm telling you, they've already let us know they were going to do it. If you remember, me and Ani, Paranoid American, was talking about the connection. Watch our video on the Trident. The connection with CERN. Shiva has the Trident. the Trident missiles, the nuclear, Ukraine, the Trident. And now we just found out some new information. The whole alien agenda has the Trident.
Yeah, this shit is crazy right here, man. I
Yeah,
was like, wow, this is a great find right here.
you got to follow that symbolism. You know what I'm saying? The elites have a secret language of number.
Still there, brother? Hey, brother, you're there?
Kidding me, Ani?
All right, you're back now. Okay, I was like, what the hell?
Bro, they just shut my internet off.
Wow.
Dude, I hate when they do that. It drives me absolutely nuts. But at least I had you on here to keep going for the people. You didn't know what happened?
No, I thought I had to cut the sound up of the video to make sure it was me. I didn't know it was me, but everybody in the chat was saying, yeah, they cut you off, bro.
Yeah, it did. It just, what it did there, right there, guys, is it actually cut my Wi-Fi off because we're connecting dots. They don't like that. So the whole Trident connected to the alien situation, like I said, the alien invasion, thermonuclear war, and that's why they had the aliens showing up at the nuclear missile silos. So what they'll do is cause this nuclear war. These aliens will show up. This lays the groundwork for their antichrist figure to show up. It doesn't matter if you believe in God or not. It's all about power and control with them, you know. So they will create this antichrist. Everything that's in the Bible, they literally carry out on the world stage in the form of a script, a ritual.
It's called the Christological history. I just spoke about this, guys, on my last video, that when it comes to the biblical things, or if it's Judaism or if it's Islam, it's the Christological history, and the Christos and the Christ is something that they've been playing on for a long time, even before we had governments in this standard of today, before monarchy. It goes way back to almost Atlantis, bro. So
right.
Yeah, they're just playing that out. They got to continue that out, because there's certain energy centers connected through this Christ figure or antichrist figure, because I think it's going to be Project Bluebeam, and they're going to put this guy in the sky, or they're going to say he got some type of powers, and they're going to have him in the sky or something when he first comes out. And I don't know, they might really do some X-Men junk and give the person some powers, or it may appear that he has powers. And that's coming real soon. Matter of fact, get the new movie Lockdown 2025 on Tubi. Have you seen that one, bro?
No, I gotta check that out.
Lockdown 2025. It's it's on Tubi, and I'll be picking at how Tubi has these bootleg movies and stuff. It's real funny, but it has a lot of stuff in there, bro. If you listen and pay attention, you'll learn a lot.
Yeah, I definitely will check that out. And shout out, we got 285 people on all 4 platforms in here right now. Hit that like button, guys. It's 100% free. And again, I'm sorry that the video went down for a second there. Don't worry, it'll hopefully should play back good. If it doesn't, I'll just trim that part out and re-upload it if I have to on my channel. But hopefully it should be fine. Go check out the sale we got too, guys, on truthfultv.com. All the links are down below. Some of the best smoke in the game, let me tell you. So if you're trying to relax, yeah, they'll knock your wig off. And this little mattress looking thing here, guys, what that is a grounding. It goes over your bed, Ani, and then plugs in, and it grounds your bed. So like earthing, grounding, like when you walk around barefoot outside. So while you're sleeping, bro, if you're getting hit with any of that 5G, it doesn't affect you. You know what I'm saying? And
it was a 5G buster mattress cover.
Yeah, man, it's fire. It's fire. I got one on my bed. I love it. And it's $71 with shipping. It'll be the best thing you ever invested in. So check that out, y'all. Now I'm going to play y'all this video. I got a couple different videos queued up that we're going to get into. The first one I want to share real quick. This was trending on my Instagram yesterday. And the first part of it, the audio is a little shitty, but don't mind that. Just focus on what they're showing you.
What some are describing as the best UFO footage ever. We had UFOs back in World War II. Germany was building UFOs that far back. So it doesn't surprise me. I don't believe it's most likely an alien from a faraway galaxy. That I definitely don't believe. But it is some type of advanced craft. Most likely our government owns it. These are built with a black button.
These are them black budget sites, and what are they reverse engineering? What we call fallen angels, the Anunnaki, whatever you want to call them, whatever the hell they are, some type of interdimensional entity they might be working with or getting information from. But but man, they had them damn things in World War II already.
Mm-hmm. It was called the Diaglocka. That's the name of it.
The Diaglocka, yeah, that was the first time machine. It looked like a bell, remember? And you know what? They said that the Diaglocka was the groundwork leading up to CERN.
It's real deep, bro, because the bell was the symbolism of the first company, the electric company in America. You remember Bell, Graham Bell? In the electric company, remember, people don't remember that the first telephone companies ran through the electric company Bell, like Bell South. I remember when I was here, when I was coming up, all the electric companies were tied to Bell South, and then you got these other subsidiary companies that come later on. But it's some occult connections to the word Bell, because the word Bell is the Babylonian, or is really it's a Canaanite god of air. That's why the connections with the Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
Yeah.
Bel Air.
Like Bell
too, yeah.
Same dude, which really ties back to Enlil. That's who it really is. When you get down to it, it's Enlil.
It's archetypes.
Yeah, different archetypes. Different nations call it different things, but it all goes back to freaking Enlil's ass. And Enki and Enlil, they were the sons of Anu. So there's that one. And then I want to show you this. This one's a little longer, brother. It's about 5 minutes long. We got a couple clips. Then I got some on iPet Goat. I don't know if you've seen part 3. That's where they show the predictive programming of the whole alien thing is in that one too. But let me show you this first.
Why did the Pentagon predict an alien mothership would visit Earth? On March 7th, the Pentagon published a draft document which stated, quote, "An artificial interstellar object could potentially be a parent craft that releases many small probes during its close passage to Earth." Why are they discussing spacecrafts and their deployment? Are they concerned about an extraterrestrial invasion? Titled Physical Constraints on Unidentified Aerial Phenomena, the draft is an official document from the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, essentially in charge of addressing and resolving unidentified aerial phenomenon or UFO sightings. Written by director Sean Kirkpatrick and Harvard's Astronomy Department Chair Abraham Loeb, the document goes on to say, quote, "These dandelion seeds," referring to the probes, "could be separated from the parent craft by the tidal gravitational force of the sun, or by a maneuvering capability, implying that the craft could be intelligently designed and controlled. They go on to say that, quote, once an Earth-like planet is targeted, an interstellar device can plunge into its atmosphere. In principle, a multitude of tiny devices can be released from a mothership that passes near Earth. Clearly, the Pentagon director and Harvard astronomer are describing an extraterrestrial visit to Earth, just like we're inundated with in movies and television shows. So why are they choosing to disclose this information now? What do they know? They go on to say, quote, astronomers would not be able to notice the spray of mini probes because they do not reflect enough sunlight for existing survey telescopes to note them. As the Pentagon office solely dedicated to resolving the unidentified aerial phenomenon, why are they suggesting that the invasion of extraterrestrial probes won't be visible to anybody? If they aren't being seen, then what have people been seeing in the sky around the world that are classified as UAPs and UFOs? They also say, quote, Earth would show spectral signatures of liquid water and vegetation that might attract selective attention. So basically, they know extraterrestrials are the aerial phenomena, or they're just publishing a paper that's basically imagining what ET aliens would be. Speculation versus a disclosure of information. Which is it? They say, quote, are there any functioning extraterrestrial probes near Earth? We do not know. This leaves open the debate on what some objects are, specifically if some observed unidentified aerial phenomena are of extraterrestrial origin. Are they preparing the public for a full disclosure on alien craft? Or are they preparing the public for a staged alien invasion? Another report published at the end of 2022 by the Director of National Intelligence, the head of the U.S. intelligence community, was titled 2022 Annual Report on Unidentified Aerial Phenomena. It says, quote, UAP reporting is increasing, enabling a greater awareness of the airspace and increased opportunity to resolve UAP events. The UAP reporting rate is partially due to a better understanding of the possible threats that UAP may represent, either as safety of flight hazards or as potential adversary. In regards to the Pentagon office that wrote the mothership report, they say, quote, the establishment of the Department of Defense All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office should facilitate more coordinated UAP efforts and will allow for increased coordination of efforts against the UAP problem set. The intelligence head says the reports on unidentified aerial phenomena are based on, quote, accurate recollection of events and or sensors that generally operate correctly and capture enough real data to allow initial assessments. They say, quote, the majority of new UAP reporting originates from U.S. Navy and U.S. Air Force aviators and operators who witnessed UAP during the course of their operational duties. Unidentified aerial phenomena appear to have demonstrated unusual flight characteristics or performance capabilities and require further analysis. UAP continue to represent a hazard to flight safety and pose a possible adversary collection threat. Clearly, a threat from an extraterrestrial invasion is being planted in the minds of the public through these two reports, simultaneously trying to suggest that they don't know what the UAPs are, but they know that they're a threat. So what else do they know? Are we being told everything? A fairy tale? Or will we be told an even bigger lie in due time? I guess we just gotta keep watching the sky.
So you see all that predictive programming, and a lot of people say Project Bluebeam, which there could be some connections with that whole holographic. I just shared a video. I don't know if you've seen it, Ani, on my Instagram. The new Nike ad where that shoe's up in the sky. It looks so real, dude.
I didn't see that. I'm gonna go check it out right after this. I'll tell you that, or if you got it.
Yeah, it's on my Instagram. It's pretty crazy how real it looks. And but here's the thing. We know that they had these crafts in World War II. So they also they're going to have some real crafts going on. And you know they're going to say there's these good aliens that are here to protect us, and these bad aliens that are here to kill us. You already know they're going to do that. That's how they love to do it.
Bro, it's the same story, bro. But the thing about it is they reverse engineered the crafts. That's what the nuts and bolts is all about. They reverse engineered the crafts. So there's not literal aliens flying the crafts. There's even DOD documentation that I can show of them placing, I won't say that much, but they put a certain group of people in the crafts, and they made them basically strip away all of the hair on their body, so they're like completely bald, and they put them in the craft, and they had them flying and stuff all over everywhere. And there's documents in the Battle of LA when they got out the craft that they resembled, you know, the lamb figure or the big-eyed, bug-eyed, you know, whatever, because they really created most of these races, like the Pleiadians and all of these Lyrans. These different races are something Freemasonic orders. They created the literal star seed races. Literally, they told you this is what it is. So you didn't have a time to sit back and formulate your own thoughts and process it. You just have the documents they give these people like Graham Hancock and what's the guy that wrote the book the chariots and the gods and the chariots
of the gods,
chariots
right?
of the gods. Those guys, you know, they give them the green light to write it. Zachariah Stitchin too. They give them green light to write it, and then we have to take that like that's God's word. This is what it is. These are the names of them. This is what they look like. There's good ones, there are bad ones. These are the bad ones, these are the good ones. But this is the thing. Let me read you something. Archons. The word archon.
I think they are. Even the whole reptilian shit, I think, are archons.
The word archon, let me give you the definition. Nobody ever gave a definition. There's archons out of encyclopedia. There's also the book Hidden Rulers, Archons Through the Ages. Rulers. The word arc means dome. So it's the whole flat earth thing, like a dome. On means over. And the last phrase, because it can be spelled with a T, the TS or TE means a direct object, meaning omnipresent. So a over presence over the dome. It means a ruler, but it also means a extraterrestrial cosmic supercomputer. That's what the demiurge is, and the archons are like the program of the supercomputer, and we are basically the software. It's inside of us, or is outside and inside of us, because what we're seeing is the hologram. So it's whether you say is outside of you, but whatever's outside of you is coming from inside of you, is what I'm saying. So what they're looking for is digital immortality with artificial intelligence. That is coming from the extraterrestrial cosmic supercomputer, which is the demiurge, and they're giving orders to the Freemasonic brass to create technologies so they can harvest these technologies and feed off us. Right. That's what's happening.
Yep. No, I agree with you. And the whole, you know, they try to connect the whole black eye thing with the reptilian thing, but I've told people a million times it's deeper than that. What it is the black goo, and the black goo goes in. It's a technology that's some type, you know, it's a storehouse for these archons, and it goes in, wraps around the optic nerve, and you're able to transfer consciousness from one host to another. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody sent me something today. I wish I could send it to you, or I wish I could screen share, but I don't have my pictures up. But there's a picture. There's a document. They call it the vril worm. That's the thing they put in the eye. The vril worm. It's called a vril drone worm.
Yeah, they say it's a proboscis, but Donald Marshall came up with a lot of that, and he's a Freemason. So
not that guy. No, he didn't come up with the vril drone worm. He came up with that.
Yeah, the proboscis that, well, he got it popular. He said that it was on a lizard's head, and proboscis broke off, and it goes in the eye and wraps around the optic nerve. And then I did some research into it. I said, no, that's the propaganda. That's what they want us to believe. Really, it's technology. It's black goo that goes in there and wraps around the optic nerve. But that's connected to the whole vril. And what did they call y'all the bay off the demiurge? The worm.
It was a worm. That's a big thing. I'm glad you said that, because it's not a serpent. A lot of people call him a serpent. They call him a lion on a serpent's head. That's incorrect. It's in the family group of a worm, because a worm is a parasite. And when you die, worms eat your body.
And we have these worms in our stomach right now that are controlling us. They're a parasitic entity. Some of them are as long as bigger than you. And you know that whole toxoplasmosis that comes from the cats. That's a parasite. I think all that shit is connected to the archons. I really do. That's some type of technology, how they influence humans through that stuff. And that's what they are. They're parasites that feed off of the loose energy. So
cosmic parasites. Parasites.
There's some truth there to what people talk about with the reptilian thing, but that's just base level. It goes much deeper than that. There, David Icke, all that was part of the psyop to get it. Oh, they're shape-shifting lizard people, when really it was linked to these fallen, whatever you want to call them. Some people call them angelic entities. I don't think they're angelic at all. Maybe fallen angelic, but Sophia created them, right? Sophia created Yaldabaoth. Then she had to bind him to a parallel dimension, and he created the 49 archons, which Antichrist.
She created him without a counterpart. It's the cosmic version of ectogenesis. You know how these women now are having children? They can have it in the what is it called when they have another person have the child for you?
Yeah,
surrogatehood. So it's the same thing as a surrogate, but it's a clone model. So he's like Yaldabaoth, or the demiurge, is the first cosmic clone of the dimension of the gods, or God itself, the source field of consciousness. He's a clone,
right?
You see what I'm saying? And she had to clean up the mess, so she had to send a source code down into humans to correct it. So the demiurge is like a hacking of the source field, and we, the what you would call the truth mafia, or the people who are conscious, that can see that this stuff is different. You're a awakened soul. They're trying to demonize woke now. I understand that's government and everything, but the people who are awakened souls,
free thinkers, that's what I like to call
free thinkers, the Free Thinker Society, all of that. We are the people that have the source codes to hack back into the demiurge and undo this stuff that we're in right now. And what it is reincarnation. And we're the source of energy for the demiurge, or you want to call them reptilians, or whatever is here hindering us. We're esoteric batteries to it. That's all we are.
We are like the substance. So I did this video on the reptilians the other day, and I was connecting it with the archons and these interdimensional entities. And I said this: there are those who believe that a group of reptilian beings is controlling the world behind the scenes. It is said that they feed off of a negative energy created by human suffering. That's the loosh. And the technology to manipulate and control the masses, the idea of using dragon ley lines and CERN technology to open portals and harvest energy is not that far-fetched, especially considering the strange occurrences that have been reported at CERN in the past. It's possible that a group of beings, archons, are using this energy as a form of sustenance, much like humans consuming food. It's a dark and disturbing thought, but that's one that should not be dismissed outright. And what I think they're doing with CERN, Ani, it's an ancient summoning ritual. So they're opening a portal to where the archons are from.
It's called Help Domadal. That's the name of their realm, their home.
Oh, yep. So they're opening a portal to the what Ani just said, Domadol. I can't even pronounce that shit.
Go
And,
ahead,
and
bro. Go ahead.
with the black goo with the graphene, I'm not going to get into that too much. They're opening a portal inside your body. If you ever watch Warcraft, when they open the portal and then it sucks all the life force out of them entities. Have you ever seen Warcraft?
I haven't.
Oh, you got to watch it, dude. I did a decode on it. But portal equals 311. That's when the whole code red shit started on 311 of 2020. You know, so
And 311 is when the bank started. The first one of the first banks crashed this year.
Right, and that's you know, they love that day because Fukushima happened on that day. So yeah, man, it's all technology and the harvesting of this energy, and they want us to get trapped in that. And this ties into their new digital currency they're coming out, their smart cities, their smart grid. It's all feeding this realm, guys, where these entities are from. And back to IPEC Go for a quick second. Trump being predicted in IPEC Go, where it went from Bush 43, you know, Obama 44, and then you see that 45 is Trump with his little hair right there. Obvious Trumpkin, and the numbers don't lie, but evolution is what it says under that. And Trump was the president during, father of the E word. I'm not going to say it, but you can see it equals 88 matching Trump. He was the president when this all popped off, the code red. And evolution's 88, Trump's 88. Trump was rated on 8 in Mar-a-Lago, which is 88. And what was the evolution? Mixing the iron and clay, the black goo, the programmable matter, third strand DNA. Yep. That's what it is. Mixing the iron of technology with the clay of man. That's
exactly. And Trump is also tied to the character in Back to the Future, Biff. I think that's his name. And the 80.
That's why they had him with all that time travel shit. Remember?
Yeah, with the time travel stuff. But I'm gonna drop some stuff on that tomorrow. It's not even what we think it is completely. But yeah, I'm gonna drop some stuff. But you know, what was it? The DeLorean in Back to the Future had to go 88 miles per hour to reach time travel speed, and the chemical for that it's a Y chemical. I think it's yttrium.
That's the biggest white supremacist number in the world too. I was in the feds, dude. All the white.
Yeah. HH.
You know what?
HH.
Yep. You know what two numbers they use? 88 and 14. You got this Trump's fucking numbers. He was born on the 14th, and his name equals 88. 1488 is a damn white supremacist number. They got it tattooed on their ankles. They got it tattooed on their chest. And it's the 14 letters that has to do with the preserving the white, you know.
Yeah, but it's a play to, and that's another thing, to make the white population they're still playing on that. They said we're going to play on whiteness. We're going to play, we're going to play on whiteness because we're going to tell you guys that the extraterrestrial origin is connected through Nordic beings.
And you guys
see what I'm saying? Yeah, and it creates a circlehood because then we can say that we are the people when the extraterrestrials do come, then we have to be the ones that manages that. We're the managers of the planet right now. So it puts it subconsciously in the mind
of the black community. There's a big part of the black community pushing that they are descendants of extraterrestrials and gods, and there's a big part of the white community doing it. And it's that whole damn divide and conquer thing. What did we find out, Ani? Me and you are Moorish cousins because I'm Sicilian.
Yeah. It's written in code that the free white person, there's a long list of a connection of different bloodlines in Europe that connect to a Moorish legacy that they won't ever put out there because they kind of throw out the racial epithets, because a lot of people that were Irish were called racial epithets as well before they were accepted. Yeah, and Sicilian and other things.
I'm actually 25% Irish, 25% Basque from Basque, Spain, and 50% Sicilian. But them are the Basque Spain is one of the oldest forms of the oldest spoken language as far as Europe goes, and it's one of the like native people to Europe, and the same people that conquered it was all them Gilead speaking tribes that conquered Spain and all that right there. But you go way far back, and the Moors ran all that.
I'll try to show a video, bro. They didn't let me show it. I'm gonna have to hit you up because I don't know how to play sound on my videos on StreamYard yet. But yeah, they gotta show me. But the video,
just go to video clips over here, and you upload them. You upload the clips.
Oh, you gotta upload them. Okay, I didn't know that. All right, I know that now. Okay, so in the video it's the guy from the podcast. I think My Family Thinks I'm Crazy. I don't know his name. You probably know him, but he's popular. It's a big podcast, big occult podcast or esoteric podcast, and he says that the Moors did not allow for the Europeans to know that there was a world beyond the pillars of Hercules. It's called Plus Ultra, the Plus Ultra pillars. And they thought for the longest, because the Moors were keeping the information, the new world, of course, was America and South America, not just North America, everything on the West, because the word Osiris means great Westerner. So they said that they were the souls and the spirits were go west, and that was talking about Camelot, setting up a new land in Camelot. The whole King Arthur mystery of the Holy Grail was talking about the mixing of races in a land in the West, which is going on here. The same thing is going on here. It's an alchemical foretelling of eschatology. But this is the thing. The thing that they miss out is that Trump, in his Mar-a-Lago, he has the Plus Ultra Moorish towel. I showed it on my last video in his house in Florida. And if you look up Plus Ultra, it means like beyond in the future. And I believe with Tracy Twyman's research that there is a group of Freemasons that know of these things called hyper kingdoms. Whereas when the sun is aligned with these cosmic bodies, there's a particular, they call it a perugic light that cascades down as solar rays on certain regions of ley lines and dragon paths in the planet, where whole islands and areas become invisible. And these Illuminati classes have set up shop in these areas called hyper kingdoms. And in these areas that completely vanish, they have the most advanced technology on the planet. They got the iPhone.
There's an island right off Ireland. There's an island that vanishes and comes back like
Mount Analog. Mount Analog. Hey, look, there's another island. Guess where it is? Guess where is that, bro?
Where?
Right between Ukraine and Russia, bro.
Oh, go figure. Go figure.
It's Mount Analog. Yeah, that's the name of it. Look it up. Look it up, guys. Mount Analog.
That's the one between Ukraine and Russia, Mount Analog.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah,
that's not the one I was talking about. There's one off Ireland. I knew it wasn't Mount Analog, but I can't remember the name of it exactly. High Brazil. Yes, that is it, Ann. Thank you, Ann. High Brazil. Yes.
High Brazil.
There's a lot of stories connected to High Brazil and like the whole vampire race, which allegedly descended from there. And, that's connected to the elites and the drinking of the blood. And there's a lot of crazy shit.
I heard about the vampire race. I actually looked into that stuff. I was surprised. There's a book that the DOD has called the Vampirology book. They won't let that stuff come out. It's like pages of it, but there is some type of race that was created that is kind of like that, bro. Like
vampiric, I know. Crazy. And I mean, look at a lot of these elites, dude. Bathory, she used to freaking drain her maiden's blood in the tubs and then drink it. It's all about staying young, because what they would do is torture them first, and this starts that whole adrenochrome. It gets the adrenalized blood going inside of you, which the adrenochrome is harvested out of the kidneys, these little triangles on top of the kidneys, your adrenal glands. But it literally stops the telomeres in your DNA from withering. Your telomeres are your wick. When that goes out, lights out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you start to age and you start to deteriorate. But you ever heard, you need to look into the South Park episode. It's called the Super Adventure Club. And they're talking about how the Super Adventure Club, where the Illuminati, they go to certain indigenous places and they showed them, and they get these kids, and they said inside of the kids, how do you create an immortal? You have to extract these things from kids. It's kind of like in Star Wars, the midichlorians, but they call it molarks. Wow. And I researched it that kids have something. Yeah, kids have something called interferon. It's like this pure substance that is produced from them. And that's what the whole pedophilic or the whole adrenochrome with Epstein Island, it has something to do with that interferon in kids, where they can take the kids' urine and you can rub it in your eyes. If you're blind, you can start to see again.
Wow. And I believe you, because they did the study. Okay, so there's this shit out in LA called ambrosia, right? And you can go, you can go and get a blood transfusion with, right now, an 18-year-old, but the elites are doing it way younger than that. So someone like David Rockefeller, who had 7 heart transplants, all from young melanated boys, I might add. Where did they all come from? Because the average person can't get 1 damn heart transplant, but this motherfucker gets 7 of them. But So people like that, they can take their blood, have it ran out of them, and done a blood transfusion and put let's say a newborn's blood in you. And in the lab rats, it literally took a gray old looking rat and started reverse aging it.
I believe it.
$8,000 you can get that done out in California. It's called ambrosia.
Well, ambrosia in Greek, if you didn't know, it means the food of the gods.
There you go.
It's the food that the gods ate, and the Olympian gods ate ambrosia. That's literally what it is, called nectar, food of the gods. So,
well, they show us in so many ways. Who was the father of all the Olympian gods? Saturn, Kronos. What did he do? Ate his children.
Well, Zeus was the father. His father was Saturn.
Right. No, Zeus was the oldest brother. He was the father of a lot of the gods, the younger gods. But like Poseidon is Zeus's brother. Set, Hades is Zeus's brother.
He was the king of the gods. Yeah, that's what I meant. He's the king of the gods. Yeah.
Zeus is Jupiter. Zeus is Enlil. That's who he is. But their father,
Kronos is his father. The Titan
Saturn,
Kronos.
Which is Anu. In the whole
Anu.
When you said Enki and Enlil and Anu. And he ate his children, and then Zeus's mother put him in a swaddling blanket. Well, really, she put a rock in a swaddling blanket and gave it to Kronos, and he ate the rock, and she brought Zeus down in a cave and raised him down here. And then when he was older, he got a job in his father's court and put a poison in his drink. He was the cupbearer and brought it. And then since they were gods, his children, when he ate them, they stayed alive in his stomach, and he vomited them all up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just that whole story and that allegory of that.
It's physics. When you understand it, it's physics. I try to explain that. The whole Kronos eating the children. See, what they do, they take these metaphorical, allegorical stories, these metonymies, and they literally do it. Because there wasn't no titans or gods eating children. It's an allegory. It was talking about a higher dimension. The realm of the Titans is a higher dimension. You call it Hyperborea, wherever you want to call it. And they were trying to, the reason why Kronos was eating his kids, it's the same thing of why when Sophia had the demiurge, she realized she made a mistake. The demiurge was a mistake. So the Olympian gods was a mistake. That's why his mother, Rhea, hid him, just like the story of Moses. Remember, Moses was supposed to be one of the first sons killed, and then what's the sister of Aaron hid him, put him in a clove blanket, and sent him down the Nile River. And then he went to another family, and he grows up in the whole
Pharaoh's family.
Yeah, the pharaohs. Yeah, yeah. So
his sister got him.
his sister got him. So it's the same story in the Moses story. It's the same story of Zeus or Zeus, because you know you get. Never mind. I went over some people's heads, but Zeus is saved, just like the demiurge is spared. So what happens is the Titan starts to devour the lower realms because they didn't want the energy from this higher realm slipping down here into the physical. They didn't want that to happen. So it was misunderstood that it's talking about physics and energy from a higher realm, trying to keep the energy up here, but it was slipping down here. So he was eating the god so the energy can come back here. And Zeus, which it was predicted that one of his sons would overthrow him. Guess what? In the Zeus mythology, it's predicted one of his sons will overthrow him, but his son was a demigod. It was a human, and inside of the human, it was what is the guy in the underworld? The one that Prometheus. Prometheus. So he changed Prometheus. Yeah, he was a Titan. People don't know Prometheus.
He changed him and let the birds pick out his stomach and stuff, right?
Yeah, yeah. But did they tell you
it back every day?
Did they tell you what was in his stomach? When you read the Greek text, it was something in his stomach. It was called, I don't remember the word, but the word is called the black. Something called the black. And they said that the black inside of his stomach, it was kind of like a scrying mirror. And Prometheus, did you know the word Prometheus means forethought? His special ability as a Titan was to see the future. He could see the future. So Zeus asked him, he came down to Tartarus and asked Prometheus while he's suffering, he says, how will I die? How will I die? And Prometheus says, one of your sons is going to overthrow you. Then Zeus says, who? And Prometheus won't tell him because he locked Prometheus up in Tartarus. Prometheus is representative of the pineal gland inside of us.
The calcification of the pineal gland, locking that bitch up, you know?
Yeah. He locked him up. It's the calcification because, okay, so Prometheus, do you know why he was locked up? They said that he gave fire to humans. He gave the knowledge of the gods to humans. That's why he got locked up. So he put him in Tartarus. It's just because, you know, when Zeus figured out that Kronos was eating his children, he takes a lightning bolt. Remember, they tell you in your Bible, if you get on God's bad side, what does he do? He strikes you with lightning, right? You heard that your whole life. You see it in cartoons, you see it in movies. It's Zeus. Okay. Electricity from, remember we talked about the atmosphere with the archons. They control the dome, the energies in the dome. All right. So Zeus, he takes a lightning bolt and he strikes the Titans in the story, and he turns the Titans into something called titanium ash.
Oh.
And he makes humans out of the Titans. So humans are infused with this ash that he obliterated the Titans to, and that's the substance of the melanin. You know, they say that nothing can live without carbon. That substance of carbon throughout space is the leftover remains of the Titans. And then he starts, remember in the, let's go to the Sumerian text or the Babylonian text. Remember Tiamat? You ever heard of Tiamat?
Tiamat, yeah.
Tiamat, she's killed by Marduk, and Marduk creates the world out of her remains.
That's what they used to call Earth, right? Tiamat?
No, Tiamat was a I heard it was a planet. It became the asteroid belt. But I did hear that Tiamat was a primordial.
I think our moon is a leftover remnants of Tiamat or something in that story. I can't remember.
Probably so. You might be right because I heard that Tiamat or Tiamat.
I'd be wrong. I don't know.
The Egyptian god Maya is based on her.
Oh, okay.
And the 42 laws of Maya is where you get the 10 commandments from. So Tiamat.
Some people pronounce her Maat, the M-A-A-T goddess. Yeah, 42
Maat,
laws.
or Maat too. M-U. Yeah, it's that's Amun Ra's wife. Yeah, Maat. But
so that represents Tiamat.
That's Tiamat, bro. The laws of Ma'at. You ever heard that if you die, they put your heart on the scales of Ma'at, and if you live the spiritual life, the scales will balance, and you will go into the hidden land. But if it's light as a feather, if it's not light as a feather, they say this monster named Amit will come out and eat you. That's the archons, bro. That's the archons.
That's the whole reincarnation shit.
Yeah.
So if you lived a good life and your light is a feather, you'll ascend to the higher realms, the higher dimension, what we call heaven, which comes from the word head, and hell comes from the word heel, and that monster, I believe, is him devouring us, and it's that whole life, death, rebirth cycle, that reincarnation cycle. You know what I'm saying?
Let me give something to your
that
audience.
they mysteriously took out of the Bible, I might add, because it was in the first Aramaic Bible. They talk about reincarnation. Then all of a sudden, just like now, they're changing parts of it. And the Bible is a lot of allegories. People don't even know that.
Yeah, they're not gonna. They don't believe in that, bro. I'm just let you know they don't believe in reincarnation in there. But let me read this to you. When you said that,
people believe the Bible. No, they don't. But it is. Yeah. It is real.
Of course. But when Tommy just said what he said, the weighing of the feather and living that life that you're supposed to, there's something called dharma. See, people talk about karma. What is dharma? Let me read this to your audience. It says dharma is that which one, so is either one of us must fulfill as a incarnate being. That means in the flesh you have to fulfill this thing called dharma. Dharma is one's duty as a understanding of law, divine law, moral doctrine, justice, harmony, virtue, to live, continue, and sustain the right path of action, acting without hurting others, and the divine plan that is completed by us, which ceases reincarnation, positive transmutation of karma. So dharma is the positive transmutation of karma. Has anybody ever talked about dharma? You ever heard somebody talk about dharma? I don't hear nobody talk about it.
No.
Talk about the negative stuff all the time. So that's something positive you guys can look up. Look up the dharmic path of what you can do while you're in the flesh to transmute your karma, because you're not just dealing with what you did in this life, you're dealing with past lives as well, whether you know it or not. I mean, the astrologists, they got all that information. They can tell you
this shit.
Yeah, transmute it, bro. I'm not coming back, bro. I'm sorry.
No, I'm not either.
I'm not coming back like what 20 years in the future, digital currencies in place. And
bro, Ani, this is what I really think. I think the elites know who we are. Like they know who you were in your past life due to our star charts, our birth charts. Yeah. And you know what I'm saying? Because all the people that are targeted individuals, which our governments are spending billions and billions and billions of dollars on their whole targeted individuals program. And guys, look in the descriptions of this video. It's called Corona Declassified. It's on the CIA's website. Look at that. And these motherfuckers are using satellites, targeting people, all kinds of shit. I mean, this is a $1 billion a year, multi-billion dollar a year program. And they think, just dismiss it as people is crazy. But I think they know who certain people are, who pose a threat to this matrix control grid, and they're monitored. Bro. Because some of us choose to come back as teachers and educators.
Absolutely. I did a video on Patreon on the Black Brotherhood. You ever heard of the Black Brotherhood?
He said, I'll be coming back because I'm an asshole.
Hey, man, at least you accept it, bro. I mean,
right. I mean, what it is.
Hey, but the Black Brotherhood is the class of the Freemasons that have made contact with this cosmic supercomputer called the demiurge. And just like how we use Gematria to decipher all the stuff they're doing, they have a Gematria code called New Aeon. You ever heard of this code? It's called New Aeon. It's called the New Aeon cipher code. It's in Alan Greenfield's book. He's a Freemason, and they got mad at him. They kicked him out basically for giving us the code. So this new Aeon code, they say that the Black Brotherhood gets the certain gematria codes that we see every day from the cosmic supercomputer, and they put it into the quantum computer,
the D wave and shit.
The D wave, and they're getting the codes. They're doing all these seances. They get the codes. It's gematria. I heard one of the entities, entity from, what was the name of one? Arthon, Master Therion. They got a lot of names. They got a whole bunch of names in this book, and they got these numbers connected to it. So we only see the numbers as connected. Yeah, like we see it like this, the numbers that's connected to planets and stuff they're doing, but they got numbers connected to the extraterrestrial stuff, you know.
And this shit is going into the Saturn moon matrix, guys, which Saturn represents that computer. You know, the sun is like the power supply. The moon is the interface modular. That's where we go back into reincarnation. The earth is the simulator. And then, did you know, you're always talking about Neptunian rituals, Ani, and Nep equals artificial. Nep is artificial and tune, artificial tune. And, you know, Saturn matrix equals 38 in your oldest cipher, Chaldean, matching New Atlantis, Neptune, Life is a Dream, Time Machine, Reincarnated, just to name a few.
Right. Yeah, that's all connected, but they got those same numbers you got, and they got a whole other code that's based on. Yeah, I read it. Got these secret. They got a lot of secret books on the Kabbalah because you know, that's a Kabbalah code. Gematria is a Kabbalah code, but they got these secret books connected to these Gnostic forces of energies at these so-called extraterrestrials. They call it ultra terrestrials in here, and basically, sacrifice is a necessary thing. Just like you have to put time in for you to develop a skill.
High energy.
Yeah. They have to learn the physics of sacrifice, and they use us as the medium of that. So they be looking for people like you and myself. They try to find the most creative mind. It's called the most creative minds are called the muse. So where the word music comes from, it's called the muse. So they're searching for the muse. That's why they always sacrificing rap artists, or not just rap artists, pop artists, you know, musicians.
That's going back to the Greek mythology too. The muse, the muses, yeah.
The muses were children of the Titans. The muses, the nymphs, the ash nymphs, they're children of the Titans. So this is a war. This is an intergalactic war, because really is the war of the Olympian gods and the Titans. That's the same thing in the Egyptian mythology when they talk about the solar hood of Ra versus the Typhonian hood of Amun, or the mother Typhon. It's a priesthood war, and we haven't realized that we are a part of our own priesthood. I'm not trying to be all woo with it, but I'm trying to say that you, whether you know it or not, they know that there's certain quote unquote star seeds here that come here with a certain genetic code that's here to install that code, which messes up their shit.
Yeah.
Which is just you. The language is an alien tool, just like water. Where does water come from? We don't know. Where does language come from? We really don't know. I mean, they try to explain it. We don't know. We really don't know
all
this
the stuff people like me and you go through, Ani, where they take our platforms down, all kinds of shit. You know, we're going through, and we just, something inside of us doesn't let us stop, though. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's written.
Yeah, it's almost like it's like your ancestors, bro. It's like they're like, keep going. Matter of fact, if you don't keep going, we're gonna make you keep going. You know, it's not. See, that's another thing. It's not even based on race. There's certain things. There's cosmic races. See, there's things that don't even materialize into physical constructs. I see some people in your comments, they're still trying to relate it to something physical, bro. But
Right.
until, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not even gonna comment at some of those guys because I understand, bro. Like, I'm not even tripping. There's see, you have to get out a state of a thought form that you're in and raise yourself into a stage of a thought form. And I'm not trying to toot our horn, but me and Tommy, we're in a stage of a thought form. Some people that you see in society, the dead masses, and I'm not talking to you guys are in stages as well. I'm saying that most of the masses, they're in a state of a thought form. Raise yourself up into a stage. Go ahead, brother.
Oh no, you're good. Go ahead.
So that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Like, if you keep going back into the neophyte, that's a word that they use in the Freemasons. They took it from some, older stuff, but the neophyte still believes everything is physical, what you can see with the two eyes. But the initiate or the adept, spiritually, I'm not talking about you going in, if you do rituals or what, I'm not talking about that. I'm saying there's some people whose ancestors did the necessary work thousands of years ago, and they're coming through us. They're called the indigo children. But the indigo children is a consciousness. It's not a group of a physical people. It's a consciousness that has returned.
Right.
This consciousness, they already did the work for us. Your ancestors already put the work in. So now it's time for you just to walk the path in this life. Get up out of the bullshit. Wake whoever needs to be awakened close to you, if that you feel that's necessary. But really, how you save them is by saving yourself, because you're a example for them. They look at Tommy, they be like, yo, I want to be like, yo, he's hitting it. Tommy got the fire. He's not gonna shoot from the hip. He's gonna shoot from the lip. He's gonna tell you exactly what to do. It's not a physical thing. It's inside of him, and he's gonna convey it. Do the same. Do it for your kids, and let's change these waveforms that they've installed over the masses so we can do better for ourselves.
Yeah, 100%. And it's something I believe too. That is coded in our DNA as well. I seen a couple of them little trolls in here. I was reading some of them. I just laugh at people like that, brother.
Oh yeah, it's funny, bro.
It's so far few of them. Most of the comments are very positive. And then I could see the people from your channel. They got that little link thing. This thing. You see? Oh, it doesn't show it, but they got like a little link. Do you see it? It's got a white.
Let me move over yours. I can't see stuff. Hold on.
There's a few of them in here from yours, like Nobi 6 buffering is over on yours, but he's on mine sometimes too. Christopher Viez.
Okay, I'm over
Cheese
here.
Night Productions. Shout out.
Yeah, I see them. Yeah, I see them.
You see how that is?
What are you saying about that again?
What do you mean? No, I was just saying that's how you could tell who your people are with that little link.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Nobi 6. Yeah, they're people that's been rocking for a while. I
was looking for the trolls. So Zoe, you are right, because I get them the fuck up out of here quick. I don't play that shit.
Yeah, man.
Come in here on that trolling shit, because we're all adults. You could come in and say something like an adult, ask a question, disagree like an adult. When you come in and just this is how you know they're a troll. They keep repeating the same thing. Most of the time, it's probably AI, dude. AI trying to start some type of shit, make us focus on them instead of what we're presenting. So I just block them because I have no time for it. You know what I'm saying?
Let's bump them. Let me read you something. All right, as far as the people, as the cloning and the celebrities, there is something called Project Edom. I was going to bring this out, but I'm going to give it on your platform. I'm bring it back out tomorrow. But Project Edom is a anagram to electronic dissolution of memory. So there's something when people be asking, how do they get these people to do these things? These crazy, the crazy stuff celebrities be doing all the time, and things we've been seeing in the media from different media people, like the lady that fainted the other day on the news broadcast in the middle of the thing. But what is electronic dissolution of memory, called EDM, Project EDM? It's a technology used through the CIA in MK Ultra projects that causes an illusionary distortion of memory that nullifies people's time orientation. The basis of stored memory is the presence of a neurotransmitter substance. It's called acetylcholine, a synapse which separates one nerve cell from another. EDM, through radio waves and ultrasonic signal tones, suddenly builds up in excess of the transmitter substance so that it cannot transfer excitation from one cell to another. It's called EEG cloning, also known as EEG cloning, also known as magnetic integrated neuron duplicators, computer enhanced EEGs, where scientists can identify and isolate the brain's emotion signature clusters, synthesize them, and store them on another computer software. By studying the subtle characteristic brainwave patterns that occur when a subject experiences a particular emotion, scientists have been able to identify the similar brainwave pattern and how it duplicates itself. And these stored emotion signature clusters can then be ingrained into human beings to trigger emotions.
Wow. EEG cloning, which is that 17 energy. EE5, that's 10. And then the 7, G, seventh letter. So that's at 17, which the whole Q was 17. That quantum computer, the D wave.
Wow. Cool. You see what I'm saying, bro? Like, it's crazy. It's crazy, bro. That's crazy. That should sum up a lot of stuff, bro.
The shit they're doing, bro, is so nuts. That's what I'm saying. People don't need to make shit up because the truth is so far out there and nuts. You can't even fathom what these people are into.
Right.
The D wave is plugged into the D wave Ange is plugged into the CERN, and then CERN created the internet 34. Speaking of 34, in the 34th episode, 34 years ago at CERN, the internet was created by Tim Berners-Lee.
What was I thought it was called ARPANET. What was ARPANET? It was ARPANET, and was that yeah, it was ARPANET. What was before? It was something before ARPANET, but the first quantum computer, there was a guy named Charles Babbage. He's called the father of computers, I believe. And he sold his first computer for $666.66.
That was the first Apple computer sold for that price.
That was the first Apple computer?
Yeah.
Well, Charles Babbage is the father of computers. And it's that whole thing with the Apple is connected to another guy who's the father of AI. His name is Alan Turing, is where you get the Turing laws from. All computers or all AI technologies. I don't know if you saw in New York, they just passed a bill with Eric Adams that those Boston Dynamic dogs can now track humans.
Oh, yeah. I got a video of some crazy shit with Boston Dynamic dogs, dude. They got a Boston Dynamic dog now that sprays chemtrails on the ground.
I believe it.
Oh, dude, it just runs around through the woods spraying shit out of it. Like, what the fuck? What the hell is going on with this little dude?
Yo, I will destroy the fuck out that little dog, bro.
We got 422 people in here. Hit them likes on 422. It's 422 with 422 in the live. And 422 was the day CERN went back online on 422 of 2022. And that's also the day a year before that, in 2021, when Alex Jones released, go on Band.video, type in alien, scroll down, that video about targeted individuals and how they'll kill us with directed energy weapons, that was released on 4/22. So let me show you something, Ani, on these couple videos I got queued up on the whole alien thing. I got a few other ones queued up on to get your opinion on. Where's the one at? This one I kind of threw together myself. Well, first one I'm going to play for the new people here. I don't know if you've seen it. Have you seen iPet 3 yet, Ani?
I have not.
Okay, well, this is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 USC 107. So, okay, this dude is going to show you their whole agenda, bro. The UFO agenda. In the beginning, some dude falls out. There's a digital dude dancing in front of him. A freaking shot goes down and pokes him. Watch this, bro. And then I want you to tell me what you thought about this coding. This is the newest iPet Goat. tell me, bro, you see how it starts out? It had the corona germ flying at you. Then it zooms in on the Antichrist crown. Corona represents crown. Then the dude falls over. The jab goes into him. Then you see Loki shoot the eagle out of the sky. America falling. The eagle is Enlil, Jupiter. You know that whole situation. He cuts off the head of the bull, which is on Wall Street's banking system. It says right in front of the World Bank. Then it zooms in on the dollar bill. That's the collapse of the physical currency, and goes into the whole, it's the coming of the Antichrist. You've seen the Phoenix. Okay, 2012 Olympic opening games that predicted the whole Code Red situation. Remember the Phoenix rising in the 2012. So, and then we're going to have this major Phoenix event, which will be the alien invasion. You know,
right?
The rise of the Antichrist. Yep,
bro. I'm like blown away. Like so much stuff can be decoded in that thing. When did that thing come out? Did that just come out?
No, it's been out for a while, a year and a half now. But most people ain't
That's
even.
That's not a long while, bro. That's like yesterday.
Yeah. Most people ain't even hip to it though. So the first one came out a while back, and that one, I believe, shows coding of a major event happening in Manhattan, some type of a weapon system. That's that new weapon I got in this video I'm about to show you. I got the name of the bomb. It's not a nuclear. It's the one that sucks oxygen out of the air.
Yeah, I want to know the name of that shit. What the hell is that?
It's a some type of thermo weapon. And then, so it shows all that. Then it shows all the tsunamis coming, which we've seen that in the fifth wave. The predictive programming, the alien invasion. First, they knocked the power grid down. Then they hit. Remember, they hit all the coastlines with a weapon, heart type weapon, which tsunamis just wiped everything out. So let me show you this right here. And the storm is coming. Who said that a lot? Trump.
Oh, Lord. Yeah.
That's Trump's talking point. This is the last long one I got. And then I got one that's a 3-minute clip that we'll get in a second after I want to hear your thoughts on this.
I continue to be much more concerned when it comes to our security with the prospect of a nuclear weapon going off in Manhattan.
sorry. I just thought I'd be honest since we're gonna die. 3, 2, 1. April Fools! What? You gotta be kidding me. We're not gonna die?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a lot. I superimposed it over the iPet Goat thing, but yeah, there's so much there. And then with the iPet Goat 3 and just the whole, like I said, the Trump connection. And now you kind of get the thumbnail too. You seen how the asteroid came down at the end of iPet Goat 1 and blast the pyramid, which 2029 is supposed to be Apophis. This comet shows up, which we know they have a weapon system named the Wrath of God. Look it up, the Wrath of God. Go on TommyTruthful.com, type in the Wrath of God. You'll see this weapon system that they can shoot these giant rods down into anywhere they want and make it look like an asteroid when it wasn't. It was really a weapon system. Alien Wars 2027 equals 340, and that lines up with that 1866 event when we had that major Phoenix event and all the earthquakes and shit. And then Earthquake is also 340, which that's 161 years, taking us to April 1st of 2027, which asphyxiation is 161. That whole asphyxiation ritual and the thermo weapon that sucks the oxygen out of the air without putting radiation. So they'll probably say it was a nuclear weapon that hits New York, but it'll be this thermo weapon that will suck all the oxygen out. I mean, people will die like it was a damn nuke, but it'll really be that whole thermo weapon thing. And that asphyxiation's connected to the hangman and Trump and all that. And then you had the Freemasonic symbolism in it with George. He popped it all off. Remember 9/11? He really popped the first ritual off. Then we go to Obama, who had Jade Helm, the weaponization. Jade Helm was the weaponization of artificial intelligence, and they shut down all the Walmarts and put fucking FEMA camps underneath of them. So what I think they're going to do when this whole alien invasion goes down and EMP happens, the power goes out, they're going to trick people to go into these concentration camps, and that's going to be it, bro. You ain't coming out. Why did our government buy all them smart guillotines? Did you see that? That's what I showed at the end. Our government spent a shit ton of money on hollow tip bullets. What are you using them for? You don't use them in the army. Hollow points and guillotines, smart guillotines that were sponsored by Chanel. It gets into the Noah Hyde laws, brother. And if you don't do that, Jesus, you get your head chopped off. You know what I'm saying? And
Hey,
now,
remember Trump said that also. Trump was like, yo, if he gets back in office, like criminals will be executed. Remember he said that?
yes, he did say that. And so Trump is a Gemini, like you explained. And this is how they showed Trump in his first presidency. That was the good Gemini you got. Now in the second presidency, you guys voted him in. Now you're going to get the real Trump, the other Gemini. So you're going to vote in the person that's going to bring genocide and war to you. Watch. You think?
Yeah, look up Gemini Man. Watch the movie Gemini Man with Will Smith, because he's also in I Am Legend. You know, they announced I Am Legend 2 coming out. You saw that?
But somebody told me, I did see it, but then someone told me that it was just a fan made.
Nah, they about to come out. They got Michael B. Jordan. Michael B. Jordan is going to be like his son.
Oh. And okay, let me break this down for you then. So the Code Red Jabbers go live December 14th, right? 2020, during the Corona eclipse, which was 3 years, 3 months, 3 weeks, and 3 days from the 2017 Great American Eclipse, and 3 years, 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days until the 2024 one. So it was the halfway point. And that day, December 14th, 13 years prior to that, I Am Legend was released.
I Am Legend.
A movie about a zombie apocalypse where they get it from The Cure, not the...
Also, it predicted the Kobe death when the helicopter had his family in it and it crashed and they died.
Yep, right in front of the Verizon building. So the whole 5G shit. They were in an orange helicopter and crashed in front of the Verizon building. Yep.
See, and Kobe's death was like coded through the House of Orange. If you look up the House of Orange, the guy who was the pilot, he had all orange on.
Where was Kobe buried? Corona del Mar. Right before it all popped off. You know what I'm saying? And he had that 33 number, in high school? And orange is 33.
In Philadelphia. And look, he's from Philadelphia. Will Smith is from Philadelphia that came to LA. Both of them came to LA. And also the parallel to Kanye, his helicopter crash in Calabasas, near Calabasas. And Kanye had a commercial with him, a Nike commercial in which he died in the helicopter in the Nike commercial too. And
the cartoon where the helicopter crashed with Colby in it. And then
the Chamberlain. Yeah, the Chamberlain, I forgot the name of it. Yeah, but
I had a whole connection on Colby, but I was going to share it, but I thought it was going too far with it to another direction. Now I wish I would have, since you brought that up, but I'll catch it in another one. But yeah, man, there was so many connections. What you guys should do, go on my homeboy's website, truthscrambler.com. Type in Wuhan bat soup and read that blog. Oh my God, because the root of the problem is the bat and the whole Batman connection with the ritual asphyxiation. And you know what I'm saying? The root of the problem right now is the bat. But read that blog he did. It shows the Kobe helicopter crash and connects it. Remember Trump said, I am Batman when he was riding in the helicopter to that little kid. But
Batman came out last year. Don't forget that.
Yep. The new Batman. It's all connected. The Aurora shooting, all of it, dude. And most people don't know how to read this secret language of numbers and symbols. And, you know, that's what me and Ani try to teach you guys, is how to be able to read this type of language, because the elites, they speak this shit like we speak English. Right. It just flows for them.
The matter of fact, tomorrow, if you want to learn how to do it, I'm having a class on my YouTube called Esoteric Engineering. That's all they're doing. They're putting esoteric messages and they're engineering a stage. It's called a Gestalt in German. A Gestalt is a world stage that's casted amongst the masses, where we believe everything happening is organic, but is absolutely inorganic. There's nothing that's happening, or maybe little and small few things that's happening that isn't inorganic or something that's orchestrated.
Yeah, a lot like our personal life, we have a lot of organic synchronicity and stuff. But when it's on the world stage and played out on that type of level, they got their hands in a lot of that. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Facts. They got their hands in all of that. And
That will
speaking
be a
of,
good class for you to teach tomorrow. What time you teaching that?
I'm gonna do it around 8 p.m. I'm gonna go live around 8 p.m. We're gonna go deep into some stuff because a lot of us. I heard somebody say like, "Yo, you come from another planet or something." I probably do, because we're gonna go deep into the cipher codes and we're gonna look into this gematria stuff. But we got to get deep into some other things connected with systems of magic that they utilize, and how can we defend? How can you really defend yourself from this stuff? You know, because we don't know. They could put like what the stuff you talking about, some rod or some stuff. They got so many technologies on the physical, but these things are developed etherically before they transfer it here. So you can develop technologies for your defense on the spiritual. And if anything happens to you, you know, I don't want anything to happen to anybody, but you can prepare yourself. That's all I'm saying for this thing, because they're gunning for us, bro, in the next couple of years.
Ways you guys can protect yourself in the astral realm when you're in REM sleep, or if you know how to astral project, and you can protect yourself.
That's what I mean.
You can become, no joke, guys, you can become like a superhero once you become conscious that, okay, say when you're in REM sleep, try this exercise for a week. Take a rubber band, put it on your wrist, and set your alarm clock for every hour, and just do it for a week. Every hour, when it goes off, snap that rubber band 3 times. When you fall asleep, leave it on. Now what you just trained your subconscious to do is look down at that rubber band. So when you're sleeping and that rubber band ain't there, it clicks in your head. You're like, oh, I'm asleep.
Right.
And now you're conscious that you're asleep, and now you can take over that dream, which really is you're in the astral realm. It's where you're at in REM sleep.
Right. You can play the metronome, and that's a magical exercise you're just talking about. That's because people think magic is like hocus pocus, pulling rabbits out of hats. It's dealing with the mind. We're going to talk about building the mental temple, how to create a mental temple in the mind. That's what these guys have done, or these, what you call them, guys, or these
like Neo in the Matrix, bro.
Right. And you know what? Neo was a hacker. So you have to learn how to hack the code. The Neo that was in the other world, he was a hacker. Remember, he was working for the company. He was a hacker. A lot of people forget that. The new Christ going into 2030 is going to be the hackers. I mean, it's computer hackers, but spiritual hackers. You see how to hack the code, you know, and the Gematria has the code in it.
Yep. Damn sure it does.
Mm-hmm.
It damn sure does, brother. And before we go tonight, I just did a live with Juan and Slick. I got to plug you with Slick, Ani. He's phenomenal too. You'll like him. I'll tell you what, dude, I got the best eye for people, because I found you, plugged you in with Donut.
And Juan. I got a video coming out with Juan soon. Yeah,
shout out to my boy Juan. I found Juan before I even found Donut. I mean, I knew I knew who Donut was already, but I never reached out to him yet. I reached out to Juan the night before. Me and Donut first did our podcast 9/21 of 2022. We became friends like a week before that on Instagram. He's like, yeah, I watch you. I'm a big fan of yours. And I said, yeah, I like your stuff too. And then we got super cool. Now he's like one of my best friends. But I actually found Juan before that, and I seen Juan was following Donut. And when I was talking to Donut that night, I said, bro, your boy Juan, he's got some real talent. I'm going to try to help him out. And when I first started plugging Juan, you know, he had like maybe 1,000 followers at that time. And now look how far he's went, you know?
Yeah. And I'm appreciative of you too, brother, because before I even discovered you guys, you know, my channel got erased and my Instagram got erased, and I'm already almost halfway.
Instagram, though, when I first started messing with you, and then they took it down. I'm just a real one, bro. When I see someone's really trying to teach the people, that's why I started the Truth Mafia. We need to be cross-promoting each other and building each other up, and not letting our ego take over and making it all about us. You know, I want to bring my people the best teachers that I can bring to them. That's what I'm here for. And connecting them. We don't all like, you know, me, you, Donut. We all have our own opinions. We all have our own beliefs, but we promote each other's stuff, and we are able to have that conversation without turning it into a fight and saying, oh no, I'm right or you're right. But the one we did, me and Juan and Slick did, was on sigil magic and sympathetic magic. But sigil magic, think of the whole balloon thing, okay? Where the spy balloon, that was the sigil. And then the breaking of the balloon was the releasing of the sigil, releasing that energy. Or 9/11, the Twin Towers. The towers were the sigil. And then so for all the years leading up to the 9/11 event, they showed us movies of the towers collapsing. Okay, that's part of manifestation magic. We're putting our energy into them movies. We're putting our life force, right? And then when they destroy that sigil in the physical, in the 3D, it releases all that energy, and they know how to manipulate this energy to their benefit. And the big sigil event we're going in now, where they're putting the energy into, guys, is the Golden Gates. That'll be a huge it's sigil magic with a little bit of chaos magic and a touch of manifestation magic in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they got so much stuff tied in with this sigil magic. It's crazy. They even have something called hyper sigils, where they study the placement of constellations and they connect the lines of constellations and they make sigils out of it. And they do that with subconscious programming, staring in it like a mandala, or a mandala is, or what you call it, mantras, and mandalas are tantric exercises to warp reality. A lot of people don't know those three words are tied together, but they use the mandala, they use the hyper sigils, they use the sigils, and they're trying to change a reality. That's what they're doing with it. So once they do the collapse of the Golden Gate Bridge, it's going to collapse a reality behind it and bring a new one in.
Yes, and I believe that collapse will have to do with the financial system.
Absolutely. It's always symbolic of something else behind, But yeah, that's coming. The fiat currency
goes over the currency. Everything with water is connected to the fiat currency. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, San Francisco is where the Church of Satan, the Church of Satan started in San Francisco. So yeah, you're and look, and with the first AI bill that was passed, that a AI or a robot can kill a human, was just passed in San Francisco last year.
Yep. And that's that whole Jade Helm shit, where they trained artificial intelligence and now they're in charge of who's killing people with these super quantum computers, and they target you with these corona satellites. I'm telling you guys, I put the link down below to the Corona Declassified. You gotta watch it. And it's talking about these satellites that just happen to have that name. It blew my mind when I seen that. I had to dive deep into it. But yeah, bro, it's pretty crazy, and we have to teach our people how to protect themselves, how to learn from it, and it sucks to cover a lot of the. I try to tell people all the time, I don't want you to fear what's going on, but you have to know what's happening. You know what I'm saying? So you're aware of it. Then these forms of magic don't work on you anymore when they're casting these spells on you, the word magic. Now you're aware of it, so it doesn't have that same effect on you. But that's the type of stuff you got to cover. It's not that you always want to be negative, but you got to keep people aware of what's going on. But I try to throw some positive stuff in there for them too, just to balance it out. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I focus on. I have the rituals, I have the stuff, because you got to understand it. You're right. You got to understand it, because you don't want to be one of these people thinking that this stuff is organic, or they tell you some type of fairy tale and you believe it and you go along, just like, Code Red or something like that. You go along and you do it. But this is the thing. Spirituality. That's the attack right now. So we're established. We've established on Patreon. We have our own system. We have the NAGAPATHU system. We will be unveiling the release of our new website real soon, Nagaverse.com. Because people have to understand that word and what it is and what it means. The Naga, the serpent originally, if you look into the original Gnostic text, was not the enemy, because Yaldabaoth, they say that is a serpent. And then you go into the Bible, Lucifer is the serpent. But originally it was a worm. We talked about that earlier. The worm. Yes, but they conflated it later on. The serpent is literally the centripetal force in the body. It's called the Kundalini energy that raises your conscious level. So if you're into this stuff with Tommy has a gift. Other people have gifts across the internet to convey this information in a way that you understand it. It raises your awareness, which is consciousness, and that is the serpent. You don't understand it. It's esoteric. It's something that you don't understand physically. And the way that a serpent moves is waveforms. So our ancestors took that and they decoded it into something metaphysical and esoteric. And we're going to teach that through the website. We're going to bring it through YouTube and Patreon and other platforms. But we're finishing up. We just got the logo finished. We got some other stuff that we gotta fit in so it looks real good. And then we're going to be unveiling that within the next couple of months. But I just want to let everybody know, spirituality, we're going to be live tomorrow around 8 p.m. We're going to go into esoteric engineering, and we're going to get real deep into what you can do for yourself. Literally practical things in your house, just like the exercise that Tommy gave earlier. I'm going to give you a bunch of exercises that you can do. It's going to blow your mind. It's going to be mind-opening.
Yeah, guys, and his Patreon is so fire. And if you're interested in going to Ani's Patreon, click on his link tree link down below. That has all of his platforms on it, right? That has your Patreon.
Yeah, it should
links.
have everything on it. I got to kind of like it is a little bit, I got to update it, but it has all of my platforms, definitely.
Yeah, the link tree. So that's what I use too. My link tree. It's the easiest way because I got so many different platforms and some are getting taken down. So it's the best way to keep your people up to date of where you're at and stuff like that. And when he gets his website going, guys, I'll promote the shit out of it, put it on my websites to put links there for you guys, so we'll be able to find it. Yes, you can ask questions before we end this AJG.
Let's do questions. I wish we could bring them in. If you have the link, you can bring them in if you want to. You want to post a link.
Just subbed on. He came over from Tommy's channel.
Appreciate that, Tommy Guns. Appreciate that, man.
April 30th. Yeah, that's when the Church of Satan was founded. And yes, you're right. Adolf, we can't say his last name because YouTube will take us down for dangerous content. But his birthday was just on 4/20 during the 13 days of preparation going into Beltane. April 30th is the last day of the 13 days of preparation, a 13-day satanic holiday to Baal of sacrificing children is what the hell it is. But April 30th is the 57th anniversary of the Church of Satan. And we just had the 57th Super Bowl on the 33rd parallel with all these 33 rituals. And 57 represents birthing and transformation and, that whole. So what are they going to be birthing out of this whole Church of Satan shit and their whole agenda with it? But, okay, let me read some of these questions. Okay, what'd you say here? I'm a life path number 11, born 22nd, which equals 33 thoughts. That's a very powerful life path number. There's nothing wrong with it. That's what people think. Oh, because I was, my life path number's 33. It's something bad. No, it's actually a very powerful. Them are 3 master numbers. What do you think on that, Ani?
Yeah, you got to look into theosophical reduction. So life path number, if you're a number 11, okay, yeah, you're a number 11. You have to look into what the number 11, the codes for the life path. Sometimes it means you're like more, you have more energy to you to do certain things, or you're more lackadaisical towards other things. But there's a theosophical reduction, just like you have with the 22nd and 33rd. If you add those numbers together, not together, I'm talking about separately together, then it has a smaller digit number, which encodes something more detailed in Gematria. I have the list from 1 through 11. What's the energy codes to 1 through 11, and that's something you can look into instead of looking at directly 33 or 22. There's a reduction number that the Theosophists put out that a lot of people don't know about, and is decoding energy systems and how to work it for yourself.
Yeah, that's people always think that there's like something wrong. I try to say this all the time, Ani. There's no such thing as bad numbers. It's intent behind the number. It's always the intention, what they're using, because they like to take holy symbols and powerful symbols and powerful numbers, and then invert them and attach negative to them.
Masonry. I'm about to have a post real soon. I got a post coming, bro. It's called the Inversion Rituals of Masonry. It's coming real soon, based on what you just said. They got to flip everything. It has to do with the Hermetic laws.
Inversion.
Yeah. Inversion ritual.
They love doing that. So usually just 13 was a very lucky number. You have the 12 disciples, Yeshua, the 13th. It was a powerful number that they attached negative energy to. Or how about 666, the breakdown for carbon and melanin? It was a powerful, but of course they got to bastardize it and attach negativity to it. The true number of the beast was, if you read, it came out in like 2016 from Papyrus 115. It was
616. Yeah.
616, with ritual sacrifices 616, I might add.
In the Marvel universe that the Avengers exist in is 616.
616 universe, yep.
Yeah. I know somebody who did some psychedelics and they went like out of the 616 universe into another universe. Crazy, bro.
Oh yeah, you get on some of that DMT. When you're hey bro, I've done DMT, ayahuasca, and my God, when I was younger, after my brother died and shit, I went to hell, bro. I was living a real rough life, and I went to hell. It was the scariest thing I ever seen in my life. But then I went later on in my life when I was in a better place, and it was beautiful. Moses talking to the burning bush. That's the acacia bush, rich in DMT. When you go to sleep at night, your body releases DMT. This is when you get into REM sleep. When you die, your body releases mass amounts of DMT.
Yeah, there's genetic wave signatures into your mental thought forms that create the reality of the DMT. So you have to make sure, if you're going to do this, you're going to walk the spiritual path, make sure your mind is prepared. Don't do it if your mind is in a certain place where you can't handle those waveforms that's coming in. That's why I tell people, don't do it just to do it. It has to be a alchemical purpose to the reason why you're doing DMT.
Right. Not just to do it. It's not like weed where you just smoke. Oh, let me smoke a blunt. You know what I'm saying? It's not like that. It's for a spiritual journey. And I'm not telling you to do it. I know some of you have your own beliefs on DMT and shrooms.
Oh yeah.
That you think it's all from the devil. That's you have the right to believe whatever you want. But just remember, God put everything here. So mushrooms don't come from no damn devil. And there's a lot of connections to the whole Bible being connected to the mushroom. So do some research into that.
I see some people, if you got questions about the numbers, I do literally consultations all the time on how to understand the numerology connected with your name and the numbers and stuff. So if you can email me at startribe777@gmail.com with the numbers, because we can't just go down the whole list of questions and it's about numbers. I literally do consultations. Yeah, I do consultations every week about numbers. So numbers is a part of my thing and what I do and what Tommy does as well. So that's the easy breakdown, really, if you want to ask numbers.
Oh, dude, you know how many texts I get a day? Swear to, because I get my phone number. I
can only imagine, bro.
Bro, it's nuts. Like that people, hey, Tommy, what's my life path? I just had a girl hit me today, which I promised her I was going to do hers. So I know she probably knows who I'm talking about. I haven't forgot you, sweetie. I just been so busy, but I have not got to decode your name yet, and I will do that for you. So Christopher said, so when we die, what happens? Where do we go, guys? What do you believe about our spirits? Now, Christopher's asking our opinion on that. What do you think about that, bud?
Well, First of all, you're not a human to start with. You're a waveform of consciousness. You're actually a primal. You come from a primal field of sound and light, and you're transferred down into a third dimensional reality. So when you die, is either two things going to happen. You're going to return to a primal sound and light field, which is other higher dimensionalities, or you're going to return back on the other side of the planet or somewhere close to you near a ley line into another woman's womb, back into the third dimensional reality, because we're nothing but sound and light. Is called psychoacoustics. That's what we're connected through. So if you want a physics explanation of that, literally as close as physics as you can, that's what happens. But if you're looking for a heaven with a bunch of white wing, beings walking around in a golden city and stuff, that's the stuff they tell you, just like the fairy tales with everything in movies connected to Cinderella. It's the same thing they tell you with that. You're not going to experience that. We're talking something quantum, something that humans can't depict in the mind is where you're going. You can't conceptualize a reality through what you experience throughout a human lifetime based on what humans experience and try to understand the spiritual realm. You have to go inside now. You have to do it now mentally and begin to aggregate yourself into those planes and to understand how to dictate how you understand those planes. And when you actually transition out of the body, that's the purpose of meditation. It's a practice. So when you do finally leave the body, then you have an understanding of how to pilot this transdimensional vehicle that you in, call a soul or a spirit, through the sacred geometrical lattices of wherever you're going past life or physical life. You still with me, brother? I think Tommy's stream just froze. If y'all can hear me, just give him a second to come back.
Bro.
Are you back?
Yeah. They shut my internet off again. What I was gonna say, Ani, that a lot of what he said, I agree with 100%. What we think of as like heaven, the higher realms, like I think the sun, the organic sun, is a portal to another higher realm. And it's pure magnetism. It has none of Saturn's lower decaying vibration where we're in this like light body. Because look, energy never dies. It just transmutates into something else. It doesn't, it can't die. You know what I'm saying? Right. Energy merges into something else. And what are you? You're pure energy. So
right.
Exactly. There was something you was saying right there that they didn't like. That then they knocked my Wi-Fi out. Knocked out twice today.
Yeah, they say they on your ass. That's what they say.
Bro, you have no idea what I go through with censorship, bro. I can't even share my screen no more. Like,
really?
Nope. If I go to hit present and share screen and go to show, once I leave outside of Zoom, no one can hear me no more. Somehow they cut my sound off. So, which it really made me step my videos up. I'm getting way more views now because what it made me do is record everything and put together these displays like you've seen the slides I had. I never used to do it that way. I would just go and show people what I was talking about. Now I put together these real, presentable slides and it looks more professional.
It's dope. It's dope.
Yeah.
I need to do the same.
So what you do, brother, when they do something to try to censor you, flip it into a positive. Make you even better. That's what I've learned.
Transmutation, bro. That's transmutation.
Yeah, they hate that, by the way.
I know it, bro. Yeah, they're cutting you off real heavy, bro.
Yeah, they can't shut the kid down, though. But anyways, guys, we love y'all. Make sure you go tomorrow. Check out Brother Ani's video. You said it was going to be at what time?
It's be around 8 p.m. 8 p.m. Eastern time.
8 p.m. Eastern time. I'll definitely be in the comments chilling with y'all and listening to that. So tomorrow's my daughter's birthday. My son's birthday was
Oh,
on
really?
first with the Queen. He just turned 17. And then my baby girl, she's turning 5. All my kids, my oldest daughter, she passed away. She'd be 21
man.
now.
I'm sorry
Yeah,
about
she
that,
was
bro.
born April 5th. All my kids are April almost. So three of them. And then my other 2 are both September. So fucking strange. I don't.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
There's
My
something
mom,
astrological with that, bro.
I mean, I'm the only one in my family that's January. Like all my family, all are either September or April. Then my dad's May. He's the only one. He's a Taurus. I think he's May. Ain't that what a Taurus is in May?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I believe so.
But you're a Capricorn?
I'm a Capricorn. We run shit.
The goat.
The sea goat. The
Yeah, the
freaking
sea goat.
It's like a damn mermaid goat. I always hated it growing up. I'm like, man, this is the stupidest sign. And then you're the Earth sign, but then I've learned to appreciate what it is. And Capricorn's ruled by Saturn, but what is Saturn really doing? Saturn's putting you to the test, putting you to the limitations. It's doing what it was designed to do. So
exactly.
With that being said, guys, we love y'all. Please hit them like buttons. Shout out to the 197 people that did hit the like. We still got 416 people in here, even after they cut the live off. So we appreciate y'all. And please, guys, go show some support to my brother Ani. His YouTube's down below, his Instagram. And we thank you for coming with us today, brother Ani.
Thank you, man.
TommyTruthful.com.